Hey everyone, welcome back to Death Must Die's Act 3. So we're back here on the Druid. We're going to do the Eagle form build today. So this is actually a really fun build on the Druid here. So Eagle form, our dashes will transform us into an eagle. Now it does have a pretty long cooldown at base here, but we get to take a few seconds off with Take Flight. We're also going to go for Monsoon on this one, so we have an extra dash slot to work with. This is actually really fun. I've also taken Heightened Senses, so while we're in form, all of this prime stuff increases for us. Our prime stat will be the dash stat in this one. I only had 2 extra points to put into Survivor over here, so we haven't taken the full value, but we've taken 2 points. Then I've just gone for the dash damage with the ults and the pull area, dash recharge speed, freedom, so we can't be stunned, frozen, or mobilized, or slowed while we're in form, which is really nice. And then, of course, the form lasting longer. So what is the gimmick of the build? So I've prioritized 2 stats in this one for the setup. Cooldown reduction, we got about 130, which is really nice. And range. So I'll get into the range in a second. The cooldown reduction is so we can get into eagle form again as quickly as possible when it runs out. Now, why have I gone for range on this one? Because we're going to take Winter's Dash. So it's been a long time since I've done a build with Winter's Dash. It really requires some good range to really get it cooking. But okay, so to that end, I've actually gone with the cooldown reduction and affects range weapon. Unfortunately, I don't have one that also has dash damage. That would be the perfect god roll for the build. This one, it has some cast damage, so that is a little bit of a wasted stat. Okay, so we have taken some extra dash damage and a dash projectile count over here. I've gone for damage and more cooldown reduction on the helmet. I've gone for heal and level up with the rerolls, banishes, and the upgrade to master. We're going to combine that with the mausoleum on this one, so we can't actually be offered master blessings, and we cannot take any legendaries on this run, but that's okay. We really don't need them. I've opted for the Swift Silver Belt on this one for the extra cooldown reduction, so we can go back into eagle form as quickly as possible. Now, if you would like to put something like Max or Sloth on this build, it is very strong. You totally can do that to boost your damage even more. However, since we're going to do an Eagle form build, I want to be in form as much as possible, so we prioritize the cooldown reduction over here. Now, you can totally put even more in this slot if you really want to, but we needed some kind of healing to stay alive on the build. Now, I've just gone for effects range over here and the effects range over here. So we're totaling 168%. This one is more cooldown reduction with a bit of life and damage. And I've gone for an extra dash charge with extra dash distance. So this is pretty fun. You could sub this out for additional movement speed if you really wanted to. We're rounding out this build with hero. So we have not used hero yet in this patch. So your damage is increased, but you have no strike, cast, power, or summon slots. Now, this does not increase as much as, let's say, Sloth, for example, but it does give us a big damage boost right at the start of the run. So it's really powerful. So the idea of the build here is we're going to go for Winter's Dash. We would like to see Crom because he has the extra dash damage through Rampage. Now, you can take Lei Gong, but we've taken Lei Gong in a few of the recent videos, so we won't take him. We'll try for probably a gear as well. Guys, if you're enjoying the Death Must Die content, consider hitting subscribe to help our channel grow here on YouTube. So let's get into this one. This is a really fun build. So Druid is certainly an interesting character. I wanted to give a shout out to Dan, one of the long-time viewers on the channel. He's asked if we could do another Druid build. Okay, we did actually get Winter straight away. We can spend a couple of rolls here, see if we can get a higher level dive to show up maybe. Okay, we got a blue one. I guess we can start with blue. That's not too bad. Okay, we got our dash online nice and early, which is great. As you can see with our eagle form, we can just spam the dashes, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, Dan was also asking what I think of the skill tree of the Druid. So, I was a little bit underwhelmed at first. We could totally just take Flood here too. You know what? Let's do it. I was a little bit underwhelmed at first, but after messing around with the eagle form, there's actually some pretty interesting stuff that you can do with the skill tree. I think a lot of the skill tree is centered around like tanky stats and being able to like, tank damage as bear form, for example. We could just buff up the flood here. We don't mind taking just the blue stuff early on. We can get it leveled relatively quickly here. We'll just take max life. We have very low life total. I don't know if you noticed that. We have a very low life total on this build. I just could not fit more life in any of the gear slots to really make the build, more tanky. But to be honest with you, if you play it correctly, you really don't need it. So Now, the other thing you could do is take Legong and take his, what's it called? Haste. We've used Legong in a few runs in recent times, and Legong is really good. Legong is very, very strong. I don't want to always use the same setup in the runs here, so we'll go for Crom here and try and get Rampage. So why Rampage? Rampage gives you increased damage whenever you dash. It's a temporary damage, but because we have so many dash charges as the Eagle, we're able to actually really use and abuse it to get a big chunk of extra dash damage. So that's what we'll try and do here. Okay, we've got Hero's Journey. We could roll her here too for something a little bit higher level. No, we'll spend a couple since we already got... Yeah, we could take Curiosity, but we could just take the Hero's Journey here. I mean, we got... Well, you know what? Well, actually, I'll take Curiosity first just to try and get Cromboy to show up for us. Yeah, so if you look at it this way, the bear side of the skill tree is more of a tank setup. The Panther is more about, like, getting really fast attack speed out onto the field, and the Eagle form is more about, like, dashing and crazy powers if you want to go the power route. You don't obviously have to use the powers. Okay, we got him. Let's roll him a couple of times. Okay, we'll start with War Pact here. This is really good. Good for the bosses. Okay. Yeah, so Legong can make you go very fast when you're in this this form. So, you know what? If you want to take him, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I don't want to do every build with the same, you know, the same few gods. So we'll do something different for this one. But I do think being able to stack up the Rampage ends up being pretty strong here. We could take it at blue and just level it throughout the run. Why don't we do that? Yeah, so the other thing we would like to do on the build is get even more cooldown reduction if we can, but man, we've already stacked more than 120%, you know what I mean? So we're not really being an attacker, but we can take the damage there, I guess. Okay, okay, do we want to grab Rampage first, or do we want to level our... You know, this is a 1 to 3% upgrade, which doesn't sound that crazy, but look how many dash charges we have in Eagle form. So we're actually able to spam like 6 dashes within like the space of a second or something. So we're actually able to get that Rampage proc, really high. Again, Legong's really good, but you know we won't use him for every single build. He probably is one of the the strongest gods right now. I mean, Crom still has some really good stuff. Like he's got God of War and he's got oh, we didn't actually get the dive to show up here. Okay, there we go. Yeah, he's got God of War, he's got War Pact, you know, he's got some really good stuff. Rupture can be really strong with the attack speed bonuses from Bloodlust as well. So he's really good, and Justice has always been like a really solid defensive type of god, right? Okay, we could take what do we want to do here? We could just take more experience and just like power level here. Why not? Let's do it. That's a really interesting one to see. Okay. We could also take Devotion here just to get the extra damage. Let's do that. Yeah, so this sort of build, you can definitely put Sloth on if you really want to. You can put Max on too. It's not a bad choice. We'd love to see some more cooldown reduction from some of these shrines if we can get them to show up here. Okay, we've got the Fates, Curiosity. We could roll there. Maybe we'll get something better. Okay, we got the Hero's Journey at purple. Let's do that. Okay, now, yeah, you don't have to strictly take Upgrade to Master. You could sub that in for even more cooldown reduction on the Relic slot there if you really wanted to. But I found it was not really necessary. I don't know. It felt pretty consistent with this this type of setup that we've got here. Even though we have relatively low life pool, we actually got a little bit extra from one of those shrines just then, which was nice too. It's actually bumped us up to 140, which is pretty good. We could take the Devotion rank up right here. You know what? Let's do it. And that's one of the reasons we like the Upgrade to Master perk. It allows us to not spec into Master, Master offers at all and still be able to get all your stuff up to Master throughout a run. It's pretty strong if you don't, if you've never tried it, give it a go. But we'll keep going with the Flood here. We'd like to see Winter show up a bit more. We want her dash leveled up Nice and quickly here, we'll take a devotion to Winter when she shows up again, if we can get one, I think. Okay. They've debuffed me, but I say no. I'm an eagle. All right. This is boss damage. We could take the boss damage. You know what? Let's do that. Cast, unfortunately, that's not very useful. Okay, you know what? Let's just take the extra levels right here. Let's go for... let's go for the dive. And we can take the flood as well, why not? Yeah, this build does get pretty fun. Obviously, it'll be stronger once we get everything up to Master and leveled up. But, you know, we didn't spend too many rolls early on. You can spend extra rolls if you really want to put more dice on and just go for the higher level blessings early in your run. You can totally do that. But since we have Mausoleum on for this one, we're going to have enough levels in here that taking a few extra levels to upgrade things to Master, not really going to be a problem for us. We are super slow right now. Okay, here we go. Take a heal that I can't heal because we are... Okay, now we can. Devotion to Winter. Do we do it right here? Let's do it. We want to see that dive showing back up. We want to get it leveled as quickly as we can. Okay. Man, they love debuffing our dashes. Okay, we got a damage out. I guess we could hold on to one for the boss. We're like a minute and a half away, though. I want to node farm some more. Well, okay, we got experience game. Why don't we try and level up a bit while we have that? There's flood to 5. Excellent. Okay. Can't see any more nodes around here. Okay, yes we can. Very good. Look how slow we are once we get out of the form, though. It's kind of funny. Okay, yeah, so I think a Gears dash is probably one of the most consistent feeling in the game right now. Ooh, here we go. Now we're getting the upgrades. Yeah, I think his is feeling probably one of the most consistent. You really have to build into other stats for some of the other ones. We're not even taking an attack in this run. See ya. All right, dive, very good. Do get up to level 5, so it's not too bad. Anyone else? Any other nodes around here? Not really. Here we go, level 6. So, in terms of the boss fights, I mean, you want to be in eagle form and just get all of your dashes on top of the boss as as quickly as you can. If you do have everything upgraded to Master at this point, it's pretty tricky to have everything upgraded this early, but if you do manage to get on a crazy run like that, you can totally just melt these bosses very, very quickly with this build. And I really like just flying around as an eagle too. I just think it's fun. Yeah, I don't know. The skill tree, though, it's interesting. I do think it felt a little more one-dimensional in the previous patch because you needed so much more damage to really get things done, and a lot of the skill tree is like defensive stuff for that character. As you can see, we melted him. Let's go. There we go, eagle form. It's beautiful. Yeah, I really do like this eagle form. I don't know. I think you can do some pretty fun dash or power stuff with the eagle. So we'll go for a eagle power build at some point. But the last build we did was a power one as well. So I want to vary things up for you guys. I don't want every build to feel the same or to get too repetitive. So that is one of the reasons that we do things the way we do in the game. You could make every build more optimal by doing like sloth or, that sort of thing. But we are still using some of the strong uniques. It's not like we're totally abandoning the uniques altogether. Just don't want to use all the same loadouts in the builds. That's the main motivation for me to use different stuff. You know what I mean? Keep it varied. Okay, let's find some more nodes. Yeah, as I said before, you want to take Lei Gong with haste. You could go so fast between the nodes with with the eagle. It's pretty crazy, but give that a try if you want to at home. But yeah, let's keep going. We'd love to see a cooldown reduction shrine here. I I don't know, just XP gain, I guess. Nothing that great for our setup there. Okay, we've got the 30%. Ooh, Hero's Journey. That's more damage, thank you. Yeah, you can node farm very quickly if you really get the speed going on the Eagle there, which is really, really fun. Oh, so, I don't know, today I've started feeling kind of a bit crook today. I don't know, we'll see how we go if I end up losing my voice tomorrow. I'll see if we'll be able to record a video. Yeah, just having one of those afternoons, like, you know that feeling, like, just before you get really sick, your throat starts getting really sore, and you start coughing a little bit. It's like, oh no, is it coming on? Oof. We could take the dash distance, or we could just take XP. Let's take the dash distance. That's pretty fun on this sort of build. Let's do that. Okay, let's keep going. Yeah, hopefully I will not be sick tomorrow. I guess we'll we'll wake up in the morning and we'll find out. Let's see if we can get Rampage online. We can also just get the War Pact right here. Okay. War Pact is good. I mean, more barrier and boss damage is going to make the boss fights even quicker. I mean, that one, the Frog Boy was only like 4 seconds or something. So, dash distance area, luck. We don't really need the luck. Let's take that more dash distance. That's pretty fun. Pretty fun to mess around with that. And all of this stuff is pretty useless for our build as well, so we keep going. Okay, here's Rampage. Okay, it's just a rarity. It doesn't actually increase the damage or anything any further. Oh man, we are too slow like that. All right. Here we go. Saved by the Eagle. Yeah, so I just think having heal on level up on the build at in one of your slots is probably the best way to stay alive on this particular build. Ooh, hello. What do we have? Whenever you take damage from minions, get 20% for 10 seconds. Has a 1 second cooldown. 120 seconds from elites, from bosses. Can't regenerate. I can't talk. Cannot regenerate life for 80 seconds whenever you take damage from enemies. Gain +5 damage. +2 this attempt. That's kind of lame, and we've already done one of the bosses. I guess we'll just take this one. I don't know. It's an interesting shrine. I would have loved to have seen cooldown or reduction shrine instead, but you know what? We got that one. Oh yeah, we can't heal right now. That's all right. Yeah, the extra dash distance though, especially on the base Druid form, is very, very useful. So it's nice to have that. Yeah, and you can see the main reason we've gone for the effects range on the build is to really take advantage of Winter's Dive here. So, okay, we are getting slowed like crazy right here. We could go for Winter, we could go for War Pact. Why don't we go for War Pact? Okay, give me my dash distance. Thank you. Yeah, the extra dash distance from those shrines can end up stacking up and being pretty strong in some of these setups as well. See if we can find some more interesting nodes. Unfortunately, a lot of these are not really great for our setup at the moment. Okay, we did get the dive up to 9. Let's try and get it to 10 and get the rarity up on it before the second boss here if we can. Should be able to. At this point, we're not too far away. Yeah, you can see the extra dash distance. Really, really helping out. It's nice. Okay, there's level 10. Perfect. You could also take an attack just for while you're in Druid form, but to be honest with you, we want to be in Eagle form most of the time anyway. And we're just mostly just moving around node farming while we're in Druid form anyway. We're not really standing and fighting or anything. Okay, I missed one. Where is it? Okay, we could. What else do we have to take? Yeah, we want to take the dive rank ups first. Thank you. Okay. Okay, 300 gold. One of the viewers also suggested we could do a gold farming build. So I haven't constructed one yet, but we can totally do that in a future video here. Let's keep going on Hero's Journey. That's more damage. Okay. We've got even more dash charges. Check it out. Let's go. We're surfing. Let's go. All right. Yeah, I don't know. Eagle form proving to be very, very fun. I kind of underestimated it, to be honest with you guys. But I'm glad that we messed around with this this particular build. So yeah, shout out to Dan for asking us to do another Druid build. If you have a particular build, anyone out there has a build they'd like to see us tackle, just let me know with a comment down below. We can try anything. So I've got a few planned from the comments over the last couple of videos. So if you do have any more suggestions, feel free to let them know. I'll try and get them out quickly and not have you guys wait for forever. But okay, we could take Devotion here. I don't know. I just have like 10 different builds in my head that I want to do, and I'm just not sure in which order to do them. I want to do the another Maris one, but you know, we've done a couple of Maris ones. We should probably do another Kront boy. We've only done one Kront, and he's got some pretty insane builds in the current patch. So we should definitely try and do another Kront one here soon. We'll see how I go tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll just wake up and whatever this sore throat nonsense was today is just past. You know, sometimes it happens. Maybe it's a something going around that I've already had or something too. I mean, who knows? Okay, we could hold on to damage nodes, but it's way more fun just to fly around as an eagle. Yeah. Yeah, so the one thing we would like... Yeah, there we go. Hive to Master. Beautiful. Yeah, one thing we would really like... Ooh, stuck in brambles. Is just more cooldown reduction. I mean, the only slot that we really don't have it in is the Relic slot, I think. I guess we could take his attack. I mean... Or we could just get rid of it. I guess we'll just take it. Okay. Evasion... Yeah, I think at a certain point, you get like so fast on some of the setups, especially if you're going with haste, that I don't know, sometimes it can be a bit hard to control, especially when you're going through all these trees and stuff. Okay. Oh, hello. What are you? Oh, you got the infinite shields. All right. I don't care for you. Not while I'm in Druid form anyway. In Eagle form, we could take her on, but you know what? We're already halfway across the map. Okay, you know what? We could start taking some of this stuff from Winter too. Status effects lasting longer. Do you want to give us a higher level one? Okay, we'll go last longer since we're chilling and potentially freezing a little bit too. We can take that. Oh, we are stuck on everything right there. Okay. Is this more damage? Oh no, this is this one. Okay. I guess we just take more experience gain. I don't know, we're not really much of an attacker in this one, so it's not really essential to grab all the attack damage nodes that we see. Okay, we are coming up to another boss, though, so we'll see how the tree man goes this time. I guess we'll just take that. We could ult and try and get back over to the Fates a little bit more, too. This is all useless for us. And this is, I don't know, a herb. Okay. All right, just in time. Oh, man, this build is super fun. Let's go. Let's take some loot and get on out of here. Continue our node farming shenanigans. We haven't really seen that many, like, really high tier shrines. I mean, we've seen, like, one. Not really that great for our build, though, unfortunately. Which does happen. If you happen to come across the cooldown reduction one, it is fantastic for this build. Okay, we can try and get over to... Yeah, this guy. Should we devote to him so it comes up a bit more? We probably should. Because I don't have any ults left. Okay. Dash distance again. Yes. Yes. Okay. I guess we just take that one. More damage. Crit chance is always nice to see. Another dash charge as well. You know what? Okay. Where are we going? To the well. Okay. What are we? 15 minutes in, so we're getting towards the end here. As you can see, we're not really struggling with our life or our damage output or anything. Damn, unfortunately, I'm just gonna do this so we actually get the gods that we want in the the last little part of the run here. Otherwise, we're just going to keep getting him and leveling something that we're not really using very much, which is kind of crap. So let's not do that. Movement speed, thank you. It's only when we evade, though. We have a tiny bit of evasion, not much. So one other thing I haven't tried in this patch is like evasion stacking. Let's go more boss damage there. There was some interesting evasion stacking builds you can do in Act 2. I haven't really done a full evasion setup in Act 3 here yet, though. And there is that that item called the Novum Tavo. We've only used it for one of the builds thus far. The Black Lightning, because it synergizes very well with Black Lightning. I guess we could heal. I'll just go damage. Yeah, we aren't glass cannon here though, so when we do take a few hits, yeah, it does a good amount of our health, and right now we can't regenerate. You know what? Let's just take the crazy DPS stats, and we'll deal with not being able to regenerate for a few minutes here. We'll see how we go. If we end up losing a res because of that, you know what? It is what it is. Let's get that rampage up. We like the extra dash damage because we do have some dash damage on our gear, but we didn't stack super high amounts of dash damage. So getting more from rampage is actually really nice to boost our overall damage output here. Okay. That was a sword. I guess we could go back and pick it up, but I've already zoomed on past. Okay. Keep going here. What's this? Life regeneration? Sure. Yeah, so heal on level up is the only form of healing I currently have on the build. You could also put some heal on kill if you have a slot, you know, if you can squeeze it in somewhere. This sort of build is, it requires a lot of stats to really make it work and get it cooking. Let's go rampage up to 5 here though. So one thing I will say about the Druid and the Druid skill tree is it does feel like cooldown, if you want to use the forms anyway, it does feel like cooldown reduction is a must-have stat. Unfortunately, ooh, that's a negative cooldown though. We don't want that, do we? I don't care for any of that stuff, I guess. We'll just take more heals. Get more movement speed from the shrines as well, which is always fun. Okay, restore life, sure. Okay, I guess we just take the war pact up here now too. Life regen. Okay, what do we have over here? Rerolls. Man, we are zooming. Got some movement speed going. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I don't know. Eagle form proving to be really fun. So I think I underestimated the eagle form a little bit. Not that I thought it was terrible or anything like that, but I just only had a few mess around runs with it and wasn't really having much success. But I don't know. I jumped on today and was messing around and going all in on the dash with the winter and a gears combo here is really fun. You know what we're going to do? We're actually just going to do this. So Cromboy is the only one that can come up aside from the Fates here now. We'd like to see Hero's Journey upgrade to Master or any of Crom's ones upgrade to Master as well. If we can get him in the last 2 minutes or so here. Okay, so, you know, we got up to, what, level 46. So in some of the test runs I'm doing, we got even higher. Oh, here's a rampage. We'll take that. Yeah, one of the test runs in particular, I got a few extra XP nodes, and we ended up, like, level 68 or something. Something really, pretty crazy. Pretty high. We'll go War Pact. That's up to 5 now. That's very good. Can we get the Hero's Journey to show up just one more time? I guess we'll find out. Okay, attack speed. Let's go movement. It's very nice for our setup here. Let's go surfing on the with the eagle. Let's go. Oh man, it's pretty fun. Okay, here's the War Pact. All right. Okay, so you can sort of see. I think this sort of run is a good example Ooh, 5 levels? 100 life. We don't need any of the rest of this stuff, though. I guess we can do it. I mean, it's a big... it's a big chunk. It's kind of hilarious. I guess we'll take Hall. Do we take Hall up to 5, or do we delete these and try and get... We could just take Hall up to 5 here, too. I mean... That's not a terrible choice, and we can potentially still heal from another level up right here. There we go, we've got Hall up to 5 now as well. Okay. It's actually going pretty well here, I would say. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, so you could definitely do a Eagle Power and Dash sort of build instead of just strictly going into the dashes, but I've never used this hero item yet. This is actually the first build I've ever used with this hero chest piece, and it is another one that can remove the extra slots, which is very, very powerful. There we go, we got it leveled. In fact, we only have one more upgrade. We should have deleted the devotion right there, but nah, it's alright. We may as well just take it now. Can we get one more level with a magnet? Maybe we can. I don't know. Not really seeing the all that much in the way of XP coming here. Okay, are we going to be in form for the boss too? Where is she? I can't even see her. Where is she? Okay, here we go. We've got the hero's journey. Oh, there she is. Okay, I totally missed her while I was in eagle form, unfortunately. She moves around so much. Okay, can we just dump our eagle junk on top of her? Oh man, I can't even... She's so elusive. Evasive. Alright, we smashed her in the end anyway. Yeah, these sorts of builds, we have to like really get right pretty close to her to do the damage, and she's moving around and you just sort of can't see what's going on. But we smashed it in the end anyway. Oh guys, this is a really, really fun build. Dive doing most of the work, Flood coming in and helping out, Ocean, Attack doing basically nothing, and yeah. Yeah, it was a really, really fun run. Show you guys the loot haul. We didn't end up picking everything up because we were just driving around like surfing around like a madman. Experience game with Master. We got 77 damage roll. A Fire Nova. Not a very good duel. We got cast stuff on a Fist. Yeah, we didn't pick up all of the loot on that one, but there you go, guys. There is another build on Leaf the Druid. I think the Eagle form is probably my favorite one. So if you guys enjoyed that, smash like and subscribe. If you made it to the end of the video, let me know what character or build you're interested in seeing, and I'll try and construct it. With that being said, guys, I hope you all have a fantastic, amazing day. Take it easy.